Pack in what you pack. No, that's not it. Pack out what you pack in. Ugh. All right, welcome to 2020. I am just out on my traditional solo hike through the local woods near my place, and it's January 4th. I'm still within the first week of the new year, so that means that it's not too late to talk about all of my resolutions that I have for the year, some goals for 2020, and what I want to keep doing with this channel here. So I don't know how much I've actually talked about myself on this channel. It's mainly been mountain biking content and the start of my new series, The Locals, but really brief bio, I guess. I don't know. I've talked about it a little bit, but I was a wedding filmmaker for 10 years and decided to make the switch about 3 years ago. I started slowly transitioning more and more over to commercial work. Last summer was my very last wedding that I ever really plan on shooting, and it was a bit of a scary year making that transition over to Stay Wild Films from Kindle and Cole Films, which was my wedding filmmaking company. That was my bread and butter. So I took the risk, took a bit of a financial hit, but overall I'm super happy that I did that. And instead of just rambling throughout my resolutions, because I'll forget halfway through, I made a list so that I know what my list is and I can be held accountable to it. So 2020 goals. First one, finish rebranding Stay Wild Films. The only thing that I really have to do is transition all my banking and my my financial, banking, accounting stuff, and I actually really need to incorporate, there's a lot of tax benefits to that, and now that I'm making a bit more money through the business, it's probably a good time to do that. Second up, the main thing that I've been posting about on this channel is The Locals series that I'm working on. So I want to say I'm about 98% done episode 2 of The Locals. I drove up to Huntsville to shoot that on a guy named Joel Jones. His Instagram account is livelihood.ca, and he's built up this amazing creative community up in the Huntsville area. But what I discovered when I went up there, without telling too much, is that people actually come from all over the place to come to these meetups that he's started up. So I won't talk too much more about that, but I will drop a teaser for you right now.
My name is Joel Jones. I was born and raised in Thunder Bay, Ontario. Currently living in Huntsville. I am a photographer. The outdoors and nature have always been a part of my lifestyle from a young age. I lived in the city growing up in Thunder Bay, but we have a camp about an hour and a half west of Thunder Bay, and a ton of time was spent out there, and that was definitely where my love for the outdoors was sparked, for sure.
All right, so that is The Locals episode 2 coming out in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. Hopefully that got you excited for it. And hopefully if you do like those videos, obviously I'm going to say it right now, throw the like on that, thumbs up on it, and subscribe if you want more of that. I'm going to remind you to do that one more time at the end of this video. But third thing that I really want to do is upload more frequently on YouTube. It's more of a creative outlet as a full-time freelance filmmaker. I work mainly for Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment right now. I do some work for Sport Check and Bauer Hockey, and other brands that I've worked with are Reebok, doing little Instagram videos and things like that for them. But that is a produced, directed type of work where I don't have a whole lot of creative say. I still love going in and shooting that type of content, but YouTube gave me a way to just shoot the documentaries and the projects that I want to shoot, and kind of have fun with all this awesome gear that I have managed to accumulate over the years that I don't get to use all the time in the way that I want to. I just recently got my drone license, so I'm a fully certified commercial drone pilot here in Canada. And so some of the projects that I also worked on for that was I worked for 48 North, who is a weed company. We are now fully legal in Canada for recreational consumption of marijuana, and so it was interesting to work for a marijuana company and shoot some content for them. So that was really cool. Actually flying a drone over a massive marijuana farm. It was pretty cool. But yeah, just creating more content for myself. That was a big thing that I really wanted to do with this channel. And how this channel started. I gotta ride more bikes. I need to ride my bike more. Obviously, there's still gonna be lots of mountain bike content coming through here. We're in January and the winter weather's not really here, but it's still wet, so mountain biking is not really happening for me. Luckily, I have a cross gravel bike, and I plan on training on that quite a bit throughout the winter, because the Paris to Ancaster race is early in the spring, and my buddy Pete, he absolutely smoked me last year. I made some stupid mistakes, and so I'm going to train harder. I got a trainer for Christmas, which I'm very excited to use, and I plan on getting out on some outdoor winter rides as well. I have most of the winter riding gear. I need to get some winter riding shoes to keep my feet warm, but long story short, get on the bike more, shoot more of that content, because that's how this channel started, and I absolutely love doing it, and I think that's why most of you are here. Hopefully I can kind of keep you along for the filmmaking side of things, because that's the other major part of my life for sure. Make more outdoor films in general. Documentary that I'm also working on, that's not a part of the locals, but is going to be a much bigger project in all, about bringing mountain biking and cycling in general to a far north community in Ontario, Pekanjigum, which has seen a lot of social issues because of lack of government funding up there, just a lack of jobs and things to do for the people up there. I won't get too far into it, but that's something that I'm very passionate about, and that's going to be a much bigger project that's going to span over probably a year. I shot my first interview to kind of just get an idea as to where that film will actually go. But yeah, I am very excited about that one, and that you unfortunately won't see for quite some time, but it's a good one for sure. The cool thing about that, though, is that I will be featured on a podcast set up by Toogie Hauser, another mountain biker in the London area, as well as Tyler from Good Trails. They've started an off-season podcast for mountain biking, and I'll be on there talking a bit more about the project there, so I don't keep rambling. Hear about that. So I'll post about that when it goes live, and yeah, hopefully give you a better idea and maybe encourage you to donate to the project to help that mountain bike community up there kind of grow, and give the kids something else really kind of cool and worthwhile to do. Last big one I'll talk about, Pete, who beat me in the Paris to Ancaster, we've been talking for 3 years now, I think, about doing a ride from Hamilton to Collingwood. It's probably a 9 or 10 hour ride. We did a test ride last year, riding out to Port Dover and back, which was just shy of 175 kilometers, I believe, and that was there and back. It was a fairly flat ride, and this ride, if we do a ride out to Wasaga / Collingwood area, it'll be probably about 180 kilometers, but a lot tougher. So again, that training throughout the winter that I need to start very soon is going to come in handy. So those are the goals I have right now. Hopefully that wasn't too boring. Hopefully you'll be back to check out the Locals episode 2 in a couple weeks. Not all my videos are just talking head like this. Just wanted to post something. It's a new year, and yeah, I'm feeling those good vibes for 2020. So like this video, please. It'd be great. No, that's begging. I'm begging you to like it. You don't have to like it, but if you do, for sure, thumbs up would be great. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm gonna keep making stuff. It's gonna be fun. How long did I ramble?